guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katie and I'm a stay-at-home mom of 4. I also run an Etsy shop, Purple Glimmer Budgets, which is where you're going to find a lot of the products that I'm going to use in today's video. My husband and I are on a journey to pay off a lot of our high interest debt using the cash stuffing method as a way to control our expenses. If this is something you'd like to follow along with, just keep watching. In today's video, I'm going to be unstuffing my 3 wallets for all of the spending that occurred this last week, which I believe is paycheck number 2 of January. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and open my iPad. Now this is the digital version of the cash budget binder that I sell on my Etsy shop. I don't have a digital version for sale on Etsy. However, if it's something you're interested in, drop me a comment below. If I get enough interest, I'm happy to go ahead and make these. I find it very fun to make digital planners. I just haven't sold them very much, so I haven't really launched very many more on my shop since I tried them last year. But anyways, so this is the spending tracker page, and so I use both sides of the page. They have the exact same information. This will track everything down to the penny, and then this is the page that I use when I unstuff, where I've rounded it to the nearest dollar. I've rounded it up. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in and go from here. Okay, let's take a look at my spending. Let's hop into pet care first. And I believe that's in my pink wallet. And we just had this one line here for 131. We have 2 large dogs. One is, I think he's 12 years old. We got him 11 years ago, and he was like around 6 months to a year, they say. He ended up falling down the stairs the other day, and then he just couldn't get himself up. So it kind of made me really nervous because that's never really happened to him before. So we ended up having to take him to the vet just to get him checked out to make sure everything was fine. And so they felt around his legs, and they said that his legs feel like they're fine. They did feel some fluid on his joints, so they figure he has arthritis. So we went ahead and got him a shot for the arthritis, which we'll have to end up doing like every 4 weeks, they said, just to kind of make his quality of life a little bit better. So that's what this is for. And it was $131, so we have $100 in the bank. So I'm going to do 141, and then we'll come back once I get a 10. I'll pay it back to pet care. It's just going to be easier for now to put the 141 in the cash tray for now. So I was a little nervous there because this dog has been like through everything. So my husband and I both went and took him to the vet just in case we had to make a difficult decision on if he hurt himself so bad that he needed to potentially be put down. My husband wanted me there with him as well. This dog, when we first got him, we adopted him like again when he was like, they said 6 months, but I think he was younger than that. So when we adopted him, he hadn't been neutered yet, so he technically wasn't ours. But after we brought him home, he ended up having parvo and then distemper, and then he ended up getting a little bit of mange at the time, and then kennel cough he caught while he was in the hospital trying to get over the parvo. So this dog had like everything you could potentially die from, and he actually beat them. It was funny because when we adopted him, I want to say it was like $25. My husband's like, we were living in Texas at the time. My husband's like, man, I love Texas. Dogs are so much cheaper to adopt down here. Little did he know that $2,500 later, we would be spending a lot of money on him for medical bills. So technically he wasn't even ours, but I mean, we had this dog, he was suffering, and we just couldn't let him suffer. So we did what we needed to make sure that he lived. So he's had a bit of a rough time. And then he's also, about 4.5 years ago, it'll be 5 years in April, he was diagnosed with melanoma. And we ended up having to take him to a specialty vet to kind of get an idea of like how much longer is he gonna live. The most awesome thing was that appointment was actually on my birthday. So happy birthday to me. Go find out when my dog is going to potentially die. And so that was 5 years ago in April. And we were told at the time that he had about 6 months to a year to live. Well, almost 5 years later, he's still doing really good. And the vet even did say when she checked him out that he has great range of motion for his age. So I'm really happy about that. But so that's where that came in. So good thing we had some money saved up there. And then let's go over to kids. We spent $45 there, or I should say, my husband took our youngest son to the movie theater. He was told to do something, and if he accomplished doing that, my husband would take him to the movie theater as a special treat, just him and my husband. So he earned his treat. So my husband took him on Monday. The kids were out of school, so they went and seen, I believe, his migration. So here's $45 there. So 2 20s and a 5. Check that off. And I believe that's the only kids spending. Okay, and let's go to gas, which that's going to be in the purple wallet. I might be all over the place. I'm just trying to pick categories that's going to make it easier on me for making change and all of that. So in gas, my husband just filled up today on his way home from work. So it was 34. So I only need 40. So we'll put 40 here and we'll take the 6 back. So we still have 20, 45, hold on. 20, 40, 55, 56 in gas. Let me see. I got 2 into story time that I forgot to count these other categories. So let's see what we have still left in kids, and then we'll recount pet care after I pay the 10 back. So 100 still in the bank, 21 and 2. So 122 still left in kids, so that's definitely good. Okay, and then I checked the gas off already. Let me see. I guess let's go into clothes because as you can see, it was a little crazy. So I have a feeling I'm going to be writing myself an IOU to clothes again. So we had 13 in spending. My son needed some jeans and I had some like reward dollars at Children's Place. So I went ahead and spent those really quick. And I found out that like you have to spend more than what you have in rewards to actually redeem them. Whereas with Carter's, because I also went there, you can actually redeem, like if you spend $29 and you have $30 in rewards, you can redeem the 30 and they'll just make you lose the dollar, which I was fine with. But at Children's Place, you have to spend more than that. So that's why I spent $13 there. And then I went ahead and got a huge clothing haul for all the kids to get them set up here for the next season. And then the 27 is slippers for myself. My feet have been getting really cold at home, so I wanted to get myself a pair of new slippers that are comfortable because I've worn out my others. So that's $431 total for clothing. And then let's see what we have here. In clothing, I believe it's, let's see, 100, 200 in the bank, 20, 40, 65. So 265. So it's 265 is 166. So 166, I'm just gonna make a few notes down here. 166 and then $10. Just to remind myself, I'm gonna hold off on the IOU because I might pull some funds from my spending in my miscellaneous if I have it still available. So I'm just gonna notate that and then we'll do the IOU at the very end. And then let me just check them off. And let's see what we have in household. 2 things of spending. The $99 is we changed around some furniture. We brought our couches from the basement upstairs, and our big sectional we brought down to the basement. So now we need some end tables. So we just gave our other end tables away to my in-laws. So we bought 2 end tables from Amazon for $99, and then we got my son a bookshelf from IKEA for $39. So that's $138. Let's see what we have in household. 20, 40, 60, 80, 91, 5, 6, minus 106. I need 32. So put the 20s here. And then the 2 10s here. I'm gonna hold this one because I'm gonna go pay that back to pet care here in just a second. And then let's go over to pet care and pay this 10 back and then count it. So I still have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 in pet care. So the good thing is after I stuff next week, if we need to get dog food, we should still have enough to pay for the dog food. Okay, and then we were still working on household, which is right here, and I still have the insert out. Let me pull and see what I have. So I'll pull the 10 from miscellaneous, minus 10, and then 22 in spending. I'll do 20 from spending. And then the only thing I have singles in is gas. So I'll just $2, because when I break up some of this other stuff, I'll probably have another $2 to pay back on there. So we should be good there. So I did the 10, so now let me minus there. Okay, perfect. Just making sure I didn't mess up my money over there. So then household's been taken care of, so that's empty. Let me check both of these off. And then I think we should be done in the pink wallet because all we have left is groceries and eating out. So let's tackle groceries first. So 138. So let's see. So 150. I only have a single. So 100 and then 50. 150 minus 138 is 12. So I'm just gonna take back the 10 and then that will take care of the $2 in household. And then put this here, and I'm sure we'll revisit this, but for now, grocery still has 50, 100, 20, 30, 45. I'm gonna go ahead and swap these 10s out for a 20. Okay, and then put this back. And then this is gonna be the fun one. Let me put the pen back, okay. So for eating out, we spent 90, going to Applebee's, 28 for Wendy's, and then we had pizza for 56. So that's 174. That's actually not that bad for us. So 150 minus 150. Okay, so 24. And eating out. I like to kind of go, let's see. I think we have quite a bit still left in groceries. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the 24 from groceries to clear out the spending from eating out, because I kind of view them as like partner categories. If we eat out a lot, our grocery spending tends to be very low. And if we eat at home a lot, then we don't eat out very much. So when I go out over on eating out, I'll usually pull from either spending or miscellaneous first and then groceries. But since groceries is building up quite a bit, I just pulled from there. And then I'm going to pull $30. So 166 minus 30 to pay towards some of the clothing, because that's something I feel comfortable pulling from spending. And then miscellaneous is empty. So at this point, I feel I've pulled from all the categories as much as I can that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and finalize out this IOU for clothing. So for clothing, I'm going to write myself a IOU of 136. And I will put it in that category. So now I have IOUs in clothing and then in birthday, and I should get them paid back pretty quickly. My goal for the clothing is to get that paid back within the next month or so, because the spending for the clothes went on a credit card, so technically we don't have to pay that for 30 days or so. So let me erase this. So this should be minus 136. So let me add this up after I check everything off. And then when I add this up and subtract the 136, that should be what I have accounted for here if I didn't mess things up. Okay, so if I didn't mess anything up, I should have $955 over here in my cash tray. So let's see how I did. So 100, 200, 300 was already in the bank. 100, 200, so hold on. 300. So then I should have 655 here. 1, 2, 53, 20, 40, 60, 80, 4, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 10, 20, 30, 45, 55. So this is 695, which will go back to the bank, plus the 300 that was already in the bank equals 955. So everything checks out. I didn't make a mistake, so that is good. Sorry that this unstuffing was a little kind of all over the place. Things have been a little hectic. My brain's not completely on as it should be, so I apologize. Hopefully it wasn't too jumbled for you. If you did make it to the end, thank you so much for sticking with me. If you haven't already, I greatly appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow my channel and reach more people. Again, thank you so much for spending your time with me. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye, guys.